Boyat Bazaar is one of those, iconic bazaars of the city. Amazing for all sorts of produce, everything from March, Mangsho, Shobji. And the idea is quite simple. You walk in every morning and you just take a walk around. And basis what is there through the week or through the season, that kind of inspires us to come up with a lot of the dishes that we do for our weekend specials. I think the most interesting thing I found today, which I haven't actually seen in the bazaar before, but I've seen in someone's farm. This is motor shuti, shak, but motor shuti shak. And I've seen them more in fancier ways, which is as microgreens. I've seen them as edible flowers. You can see the white flower over here, and that's actually how I recognized it. But I never knew that it was consumed as a shak as well. So let's see what we can do with these. I'm thinking maybe, this will go great in a congee bowl. This will go great in a, green pea and parmesan risotto. We can just saute some and add it to the top. The next shak is kind of a seasonal favorite. This is something I have eaten growing up and across the country. And I first discovered this in Uttarakhand, where it's called Linguda. And it's slightly different, but in Bengal and in this region, this is called Dhiki shak. It's quite a fancy cooking ingredient world over now. The fancy term is fiddlehead ferns, and you see this cropping up in a lot of Michelin star restaurants. Over here, it's really affordable, always, 10 to 20 rupees a bunch. And this is a foraged item completely. And it's seasonal in a slightly different way in the sense that it's always there during the monsoon seasons. But if you have bouts of rain, say you have 1 week of rain, just like we did a few weeks ago, these will start cropping up around the embankments of a pukur. And it's a foraged item. In my mind, the best way to cook Dheki shak is literally 30 seconds in the microwave. Just a few splashes of water, 30 seconds in the microwave, nothing else. After that, a little bit of salt, shorshe tel, dress it. But that's really one of the best ways of eating this versus, sauteing it in the typical shak bhaja style. And this is the most interesting fruit in the season right now. It's called gulab jam, or rose apple. It's from the same family. Now these fruit are in texture crunchy, not very sweet, but this particular fruit is amazing is because it smells like roses or it tastes like roses. So it's almost like, biting into a really crunchy lychee. It's that juicy and it's that fragrant. And we use this as a garnish for our we make a ruafza tres leche. So it's a lot of sponge and the milk is infused with ruafza. It's something all of us grew up in our childhood. But this fruit really complements that rose and very fragrant, the fragrance of the ruafza. Of course, adding crunch as another dimension. But yeah, it's one of those lovely fruits we use. Also use these in salads, because the sweetness and the fragrance really balance out well with leaves. Say you go to Delhi or Bombay and you go to a market, the vegetables will always be sprayed, while over here you can see there are holes in the shak. And that's the sign that it's almost next to as good as organic. There's been very little pesticide sprayed in the whole process of, making, growing these vegetables. And that's always a good sign for flavor.